कि मेरे हिसाब से freelancing is extremely bad.
Is it not?
No, it's not extremely bad.
It's slightly bad.
It's a monetary disadvantage, but that doesn't mean freelancing is bad. Freelancing में इतना freedom मिलता है जो and responsibilities बहुत कम होता है regarding as compared to your handling a firm.
Hello. Well, oh, fuck. Hello. Well, Hi, welcome to Talking Freelance. I'm Mayank, a freelancer trying to help other freelancers. In today's episode, we have Saurav Mishra, an entrepreneur and a fellow content creator. Saurav is from Orissa and is currently residing in Delhi. He has his own graphics and tech consultancy firm called TechCS, which has helped multiple startups and MNCs even during the COVID time. Apart from helping people to set up their businesses, Saurav has recently started streaming on YouTube. He plays games on there and does tech livestream reactions with me. Since 2018, Saurav has moved on from freelancing. And to tell us why he's done this, I would like to call Saurav on. Hello, Saurav. Welcome to the podcast.
I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
How are you?
COVID times, but I'm doing well.
So
How
has
about you?
COVID affected whatever that is you're doing currently in any way, positive or negative?
Absolutely. I mean, see, COVID, this worldwide phenomena, has been affecting everyone in some or the other way. But fortunately, I grew up in a very techie era,
Mm-hmm.
and most of my work and leisure was dependent on computers and devices around me.
Okay.
So COVID in itself affected my social life a little bit, probably my physical fitness a bit, but when it comes to my work and leisure hours, it hardly ever made a difference.
Yes, we've all let go in this COVID times. I've seen Will Smith even. If you have seen his recent Instagram post, Will Smith even has let go. He has a dad bod now,
Absolutely, yeah, I saw his.
and is extremely everybody's followed suit along with him. Multiple people are just posting stories like, look, I've let go in this COVID time.
Well, there's only so much if one can do, right?
Yes, absolutely. Unless you're me, like I have gained 30 kgs, then I lost 1 kg. That is a extremely huge accomplishment. But let's see. Okay. So without wasting more time, why don't you tell us something about yourself? Like, who are you?
Okay, so I belong to a middle class family,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had a pretty normal life, except for the part that since childhood I was very confused as to what I would do in life.
Mm-hmm.
And being a kid who grew up in India, that is a very important question that people around you answer for yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
So even though I was given a lot of freedom to choose what I wanted to do in life, that is after we finished high school. I still went on a very conventional path of engineering,
Yes.
but somehow over time I learned to use my skills that were already honed in some or the other way since childhood.
Wow.
That included art, that included literature,
Mm-hmm.
and that included
Oh,
tech.
learned man.
I was
Yes.
forced. I was very lucky to have parents who were very well educated.
Yeah.
And they also knew that some basic skills were required to survive in this society.
Absolutely.
And these skills do hold you up even though you
Yes.
fail in other areas after you grow up.
Absolutely. Learning how to make machines will help you in life. Like, see, the
No
most.
matter where you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I've seen friends of mine, they have a common problem where they are like, the parents have just forced them into engineering because they need to repair appliances at homes. They have I have friends who are just like my father will walk up to me. He'll say, I have put 10 lakhs in your ear, so I don't have to give 500 rupees to the fucking electrician. You know,
That-
you are an electrical engineer, you will fix the appliances, but they don't know what goes in. They just think if you are an engineer, you will earn a fuck ton of money and you will repair their appliances for free.
Investment has different meanings for different people.
Absolutely, yes. So, Saurav, now that we know about who you are, tell us more about your company, Texius.
So I started TechCS in 2018. As soon
Mhm.
as I realized that the conventional path that I was speaking about was leading me actually nowhere. And
Mhm.
since I was a kid who grew up in an era of instant gratification, I really wanted to, you could say, showcase plus use my skills for something other than pleasure.
Okay.
And also, 2018 was one of those couple of years where startups and businesses started becoming common
Mhm.
for people our age.
Mhm.
And I was, I think, 21 or 22 at the time. I think I was 21 years old. Yep. And like I had said, in India, the pressure is also there for a person, especially the male figure in the family, to start a job at that age.
Patriarchy,
Although
yes.
that pressure was not on me, but I was slowly reaching the
Point.
point of
Yeah, yeah.
the edge of that time where I had to start earning. And
Yes.
although my engineering degree, which is biotechnology, had nothing to do with my skill set,
It
I still
rarely
could use
does.
it. Rarely does,
It
but
rarely does.
I could use some aspects of that degree to my advantage.
Mhm.
And the aspects would be on how to read people and what to expect, what people expected
Okay.
from one person.
Mhm.
That social life gave me quite an insight onto my to be customers after I started the company.
Mhm.
And obviously, every person starts from zero. It took me quite some time to learn my way around the field of business.
Mhm.
But eventually, I did find my comfort spot within technology and designing
Mm.
as I moved forward with TechCS.
So, what is Texius all about?
It started as a tech firm.
Mhm.
Since I was a kid, I was too much into gadgets and consumer electronics.
Mm.
And as I grew and my words started having more validation,
Yeah.
I would go on recommending gadgets to my friends and families, and they would actually take it seriously. So, like I said, after reaching that point of time in life where people are forced to use whatever skills they have acquired throughout their teenage or
Mhm.
early childhood, I decided why not to use that skill and monetize it at the same time.
Absolutely. So,
So Texias was born out of that pretty simple idea.
mhm.
I would go on to recommend gadgets and electronics on a much
Larger scale.
professional, more professional level. Yes,
Yeah.
on a larger scale.
Yes.
And still, I had the idea of helping people first in my mind. Therefore, I would not charge much of a fee
Mhm.
like all my competitors around the country. But also, I kept a very diversifying point in my tech firm that my point of interest would be regular consumers around the world, not tech giants and bigger
Okay.
companies
Okay.
who can actually afford this service on a
Mhm.
simpler and way more efficient level.
So, how does like graphic design come into Texius? Like, how have you incorporated it into Texius?
Well, it was one of those skills that I had acquired quite early in life.
Mhm.
I had mentioned that I was a lot into art,
Yes,
sketching,
creativity.
painting,
Yes, or content creator
creativity.
from birth. Yes.
Well, I wouldn't take all of the credit, but I was forced into it again by my parents. They said, you should
Art
have
classes.
co-curricular activities.
Yes, art classes.
Art classes were mandatory in school, yes.
Oh yes,
And
absolutely. Yes.
since we are trained to be obedient kids, we are, asked to enjoy all of our classes in school. And somehow art classes didn't take that much of an effort for me to enjoy. And teachers would also not take too much of an interest in you during art. And I think there was a class called SUPW where it incorporated crafts also in art,
Okay. Were
because
you
the notion
CBSE?
of,
Saurav, were you CBSE?
yes, yes, I'm a
That
CBA
is, it's
student.
a it's an ongoing war between ICSE and CBSE. As CBSE has more crafts, we just have. I am from an ICSE school, so what you had for crafts, we had for long answers. Say
Oh yeah.
you crafted a swan, we had to describe what the swan was. So that was a huge problem because we had to be creative with long lines of almost essays for every answer, when you could just make a model out of it. Not to brag about that, but let's move on. Let's move
Oh,
on. Yeah,
that's an important point that I wanted to say.
yeah, sure.
So I don't know how much this will make sense to you, but in India,
Yeah.
uh, back in the day when we were actually very small kids,
Hmm.
creativity did not hold up much value in the market,
It
in
still
life as
doesn't.
well.
It still doesn't in
But now it's
places.
still emerging. The days are better now.
Days are better now, absolutely, but it's still like there are points. I stay in BBSR, Bhubaneswar, in Orissa. So you are from Orissa as well, but you are in
Yeah.
Delhi right now. Right now, right?
Yes.
Yes. So Orissa, mein, when you approach clients, they think of us basically as us as a mean graphic designers, as simple people who will make you a logo for 500 rupees, and they expect you to work hard full time. That just shows how much respect they have for your profession. But at the same time, you go to other places like America or any other place where their 50 bucks worth more than our 50 bucks. So at a point, they still want the graphic designers to be involved in their branding and other processes. Yahan pe it's just, bro, can you make me a logo? I am ready to pay you 1,000, which is 500 more than what the place charges. So that just reeks
India,
of disrespect.
in India,
Disrespect along with, yeah, go on.
in India, compromising is a big part of life,
Yeah,
and it is because of the standard of living of majority of Indians that
true.
can be blamed for this factor.
Also,
So
education. What I would like to
true.
say is that the thing where they tell you it's just 500 and then I'm paying you 500 more. The thing is, they always think of graphic design as a art subject, as that's already been put into parents, like science is the best, and then you go into commerce, and then there is arts. So graphic design is you drawing, so drawing is art, hence it has no value. But they don't understand the reason they love the Nike logo, and they see it and recognize everywhere, is because somebody had to work their ass off to make that logo, and that cost the other company millions and millions of dollars. This you
Absolutely.
go and tell a client here, and they are like, but we are a startup, we are not yeah. It's just education, man.
True, true. It's education.
Yeah,
So, like I was saying,
yeah.
so back in the day, since art and craft was not valued as part of academics much,
Mm-hmm.
if you'd remember, a teacher or a lecturer in those art and craft classes
Mm-hmm.
would not pay much attention to your work, would not stress you about your work. They will probably just sit in a corner and let you do whatever you want to do. And
Absolutely.
that factor
Mm-hmm.
actually leads to a lot of opportunity for exploration in a
True,
child's mind.
true.
For example, if I'm sitting in a mathematics class, there's a particular way to do a problem.
Hmm.
And a math problem, although has various ways to be solved,
Hmm.
at that particular in that particular grade, you are to be using only one particular set of methods to solve that problem. If you do
Yes.
not do it, you are
See,
incorrect.
you are talking to somebody who's failed at maths. So could you
Ah,
use another
the
analogy which I
situation
will
is not
understand?
much different over here. The situation is much.
So would you like to explain it in another analogy where I would actually understand? But the most people who are listening would actually they would know maths. But then if I don't understand, it's a problem. Because I failed maths multiple times, man. Use something else,
I'll,
please.
I'll put out a very. I'll put out a. Okay. Let's say you are. Okay. Are you comfortable with science?
No. That's why I'm in
Okay.
arts.
Do you know photosynthesis?
I think so. It's where the
The
exchange of,
plant. The
yeah,
plant makes food under sunlight and in
yes,
presence of
yes,
water.
the
Okay.
exchange of solar power. Wow, I
Yes.
am just coming off extremely dumb in this podcast.
You're not from the field of science, so you're
I am from
excused.
the field of science.
Rather,
I
if I don't speak about C3, C4 cycles and gaseous exchanges, I
yes,
will come off as
absolutely. C3, C4 cycles just mean rendering engines to me. That is all they mean. Yeah. Yes, yes.
So yeah,
Go
you
on.
can consider any other subject other than art and science. Any other.
Yes.
Let it be English too.
Yeah.
English, Hindi. कोई भी class हो,
Hmm.
your teacher will be on your in front of your desk peeking over what you're doing. There'll be
Yes.
so much of criticism. There'll be so
Yes.
much of pressure to do it the right way. It did not exist and probably will never exist in a creative class.
Hmm.
So that enables the student to work with a clear mind, to explore, to experiment. And that is the reason why people who get into a creative field later on in life in this country tend to do well, because there has been no mental barrier formed in their mind since childhood, because this teacher was not running behind them with a stick
True.
on how
That
to do it.
actually does cause some barriers, right? You are always
Absolutely calls the bad.
constantly looking over your shoulder, like, did I make a mistake
Absolutely.
in this subtraction, addition, whatever maths is? They just have
Art
a,
has no mistake. It
yeah,
is just an
it's
interpretation.
exactly that is. My parents even forced me to take a art class where, not to boast, but I was slightly better than the teacher. So I was constantly ridiculed and thrashed. Is thrashed the right word for corporal punishment? But it's cool. I was thrashed because I drew a peacock better than he did.
Hmm.
So this is what happens. One day the teacher comes in. He draws a peacock. He starts drawing a peacock. So I find out that he's doing it. So I draw it faster than him on a drawing sketch pad and go and show it to him. The reward that I got was one tight slap on my face and the
Oh my God.
and the words ki you cannot do this before the teacher. And I was sent back, to which my parents forced me to go join a, like, art class, because the teacher apparently complained about me that I was a smartass who drew the peacock before him. This, keeping in mind, this is all about a peacock sketch. And I went to the art class, and the teacher saw. I told that teacher what happened, and he kept a hand on my shoulder and told me, "Ki, listen, the world is filled with people like this, and they will
Absolutely.
try to pull you down. But always remember, unlike maths, science, and everything else, there is no mistake ever in art. If you drew a line a bit slanted, make it something else. You always have the opportunity to make a great masterpiece out of a mistake."
Probably
And
one of
do
the most meaningful conversations I've had in a while.
absolutely. Do you know where the teacher is right now?
Where is he?
He's left art, and he had taken up a day job where the company shut down, and he is no longer working. He's unemployed.
Attitude is everything, my friend.
Absolutely true. Yes, I will not get food on my plate, but I have a gigantic ego and attitude. Yes. It is true for people who are listening into this and think that I'm lying and I'm making stories up. I do that most of the time in front of clients, but right now I'm speaking the absolute truth.
Once a person gets into freelancing and in the field of business, he automatically becomes humbled or he starves. There is no in between.
Absolutely. So yes, sort of moving on to the next question. We've had like a long term about childhood and stuff. Let's talk about business.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's keep this primarily graphic design oriented because there's another episode coming out on tech consultancy and mainly tech
Can't
with
wait.
Saurav again. So Saurav, you don't have to wait for it; you have to speak in it.
Yes.
Yes. So
Can't
as
wait to speak in it. Yeah.
as graphic design, let me ask you. This is a very serious question. What were the challenges that you faced when you were freelancing? Now,
I was broke.
when you started freelancing, I get it. We are all broke. I am broke right
Did I,
now. Why
did
do
I
you
say
think
that out too quickly?
Yes, because see, that is the same problem I have. I am broke right now. Why do you think I'm doing this podcast? So that somebody will take interest and listen to it, and the end they will be like, "Listen, bro, I know you are extremely broke. Let me put in $1,000, and for a week you give me sponsors. You give me sponsored ads." And I'm like, "Absolutely, I will do." But yes, so yes, what were the problems that you faced when you were just starting? Like you had no portfolio, no work to show, you had not had a single client. What were the thoughts in your mind before starting freelance? And what were
Well,
the
of course,
challenges that you faced?
I won't brag, but I was smart enough to know that I am starting from absolute zero and scratch.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a portfolio, so I would have to just ask people to trust me blindly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a very common thing that people like us do, that is freelancers, is create an imaginary portfolio, probably
Okay.
work on designs in their free time, make mock-ups, create I don't know what the official term for is, which is like very sad, but you create imaginary projects of your own. You just imagine a restaurant gave you a deal, a branding deal, and you just imagine the criteria for it yourself. You probably write down your goals and write down your criteria and work on that project and probably put it on places like Behance and Dribble, and
Okay.
present it to people who actually become your client later on. But yeah, starting from zero actually is painful, especially again in this country. I know I keep mentioning this word again in this country because
No,
people
you
are
should,
skeptical over here.
because this podcast is mainly involved with this country, because this country is extremely different from other places.
It's
Extremely different.
overpopulation. It's just overpopulation leading to all these issues.
We
Overpopulation.
did make a book on sex. So I mean,
Yes. So, since resources are not very abundant, and I mean monetary resources as well, people tend to be skeptical a lot in this country. So, if you do not have extremely validated and well criticized work, it
yes,
is very difficult for you to progress in this line or any line for that matter.
true. So you are
So,
saying that for people who want to start freelancing right now, and if they don't have any work, what they should do first is create a client of their own
absolutely.
and
Just
then make
pretend you're
work
meeting
for
a
them.
high level client. Just pretend Coca Cola came to you and asked
Mhm.
you to rebrand their logo,
Okay.
redesign
See,
their
I would
logo.
like to counter this by telling you, let's not go with a brand which is extremely known, because as other people, they would tend to check if you have done this work or not. So what I would
Uh,
do, I would agree with your statement of making mockups and designs, but make up a fake client. They are not going to check up on the fake client. They're going to check up on an extremely huge client like Coca-Cola. But yes, you can show what you can do without landing one client, just to land your first client.
absolutely.
So that is what you did. And then what are the challenges that you faced after you started?
I did not get paid. The
Okay.
biggest challenge in this country.
Money is the biggest
Money.
challenge. Yes. So
Money.
you've had trouble getting money back from clients, getting
That to
paid.
clients who were not, who did not have shortage of money with them.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't feel comfortable using the word miser, but yeah, skeptical would be the correct word to use over here, because
Mhm.
in India, there is a big concept of bargaining and getting your values worth.
Okay.
And in the field of business, there is no instant result of values worth, if you know what I mean.
True.
Because a
True.
business, any element in the field of business will take time to show proper results. And
Absolutely.
let's say if I make a logo or brand some company, it won't start racking up customers the very next day. It's going to take a year, couple of years, probably even a decade if the business model is unknown.
Mhm.
But in India, people are impatient. So they do not consider graphic design in their company a vital part of itself.
True. Absolutely true. I would not disagree to this statement ever, because we have had a mutual client, Saurav, have we not,
Yes.
who I think we can talk about because they are no longer working in that company anymore. So what happened is that a guy approached me to make a logo, and they were like, we are going to create a VR based firm, and we want you to create the logo. And this is the exact word, quote unquote, which I'm telling you. We wanted to create a VR based firm, nothing else. And they just came up to me, they were like, we want you to make a logo, the name is XYZ, and how much will you charge? And I'm like, a simple logo would not be possible if I don't know what your company is about. To which they were, I don't know, we are still figuring it out, and we wanted you to join in the process. I'm like, okay, how can I help? And they were like, no, we will not have you in our business, but you can just make the logo for us with this one statement that we want to make a VR based firm and a website if possible. So what I did was I transferred them off to Saurav, and they were in calls with Saurav about the thing. So Saurav, would you like to take over for the website part? How they gave you information about the website?
Yes. So the said client wanted to integrate their VR application into a website to make it more commercially available, since they were participating in the real estate area of marketing. And I was all up for it because it was a very challenging project, and I like challenges because I'm also one of those impatient freaks who gets bored of things very quickly. So I need things that engage me for hours and hours. And application integration into websites is it's a tricky business, and I was all up for it. But one has to know that tricky business also means tons of hard work. It also means hours and hours of screen time, which basically hurts your mind and eyes. And it actually should get you a reasonable amount of money. We are
Yeah.
coming back
You are
to
working hard for it. Absolutely. Why not make some money?
absolutely,
Yeah.
because let's face it, I'm not at an age where I can participate in charity.
Yeah.
And we have bills to pay. Very simple
Absolutely.
reason.
Yes.
The client, the said client, approached us to make that website because they also have bills to pay, and this website will help them do it in a much faster, better way, in a much easier way. So essentially, we are making it easier for them to earn money. So asking for compensation in return is not a big deal.
Absolutely.
And
It is a valid deal.
absolutely.
I make your
And
website, you pay me. I make your logo, you pay me.
so we were in agreement in the in the starting of the deal, but well, I wouldn't call it a deal because the deal wasn't finalized yet. So as the conversation went ahead, I talked to their technical, I don't know, I call the tech person of the group. He explained everything to me. We had a good eye to eye side of what to do. But as soon as the topic of money and fees came up, there was again a big sign of reluctance. Because obviously, if you want to develop a website, it's costly. If you want to develop a good website, it's costlier. If you want to get a website which is designed perfectly, coded perfectly, and has application integration, that is API built into it, it's gonna cost you. You better have deep pockets,
A fuck
especially
ton
if you're
of money.
getting it done. Yeah, because see, the it's a rule of life. If you want things easier, you have to give up something. Right. If I'm, let's say, I don't want to cook food, I want to order it from outside, I will lose something, and that is my money. But what I gain is I gain the time. Instead of cooking, I can probably do something else which is more enjoyable. Someone else does the cooking for me, someone else does the delivery for me. The food comes into my vicinity automatically. So money is the universal currency of exchange for any services rendered.
Hmm.
So if you are not ready to
Shell
give
out.
that up for
Yeah, if
services
you're not
rendered
ready
to
to
you,
shell out money, obviously, why will we take up the thing for you?
yes, and if you think that graphic design, if one thinks that graphic design and what do you say, branding and all those services are not vital to your company, then don't invest in it.
Yeah.
Never
Don't.
invest in it.
Another
I'm not
thing.
saying this out of spite. I'm just saying it very because
No,
if you
it
do
is.
not
I would
understand,
not say that you are saying it out of spite, but I would say
Hmm.
that this is a motive. Like this is targeted anger. It is because you and I both have had clients of which is none of our faults because we had an ironclad contract. We've had ironclad conversations with them where they had promised to pay us the money, and we have had taken advance. But what about the rest of the money that they are not giving us? And to get this dragged on to a lawsuit and everything else, that's going to cost money from our pockets, and that is some
Absolutely.
money we as freelancers don't have in our pockets and would not like to spend it. So it's better that we see what the clients are, but then these clients, they come up with like reasons which are beyond comprehend. It's just, see what they told Saurav was, we want a website with VR integration, but for now we are looking at only the landing page, and later on we will add on coding to that, which is again is a very expensive affair, because once you have the code ready, you are basically getting one website built. So when they come later back to Saurav to make changes to the codes and website, Saurav will have to make it again from scratch because he has to integrate other things in it. When Saurav tried to explain it to them, they were like, but we did pay you for this one website, and this is the same website that we are making changes to, which is again dumb. It's the same thing they told me about branding. We are a very starting company. We just want the logo, nothing else. So I am talking to them. Do you want the logo in black and white? Because I don't know your brand colors. Because you've not given me enough information. To which they are like, please, you decide. We are not designers. We have no preference.
there is a lack of knowledge here.
No,
That is it actually.
that
There's a
is
lack
that
of
is they don't know what to go ahead with, what to give a designer. But then that is for another time to talk about, because if we go on like this, we are going to diss on people. We are going to just get angry at the end of the thing. So yes, there were a lot of problems when you faced. But then why did you move on from freelancing in 2018?
It's all about mind games. It's all about mind games. You have to adapt to people around you, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So very simply, as we discussed, people did not in India did not and do not still
Mhm.
considers freelancers professional. They do not consider freelancers important. And if you see,
Mhm.
uh, trust is a very fickle thing amongst us, Indians especially. So if you have, let's say, some sort of a, how do you say that? I think if you can say, they need
You to have an
someone to
office.
blame if anything goes wrong. And
Oh,
it's easier to blame a bigger entity than to blame a single
yes.
person.
Okay, get it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, if one person has someone to blame, they easily trust that person to get the job done because in their minds, the person having the bigger entity has a lot to lose.
If we fuck up, we fuck up. If it's
Yeah. So,
if a bigger company fucks up, they have somebody else to blame on.
exactly. So it's all a matter of reputation. So therefore,
I
all
get
those
it.
memories are coming flooding back to me as to why I made that decision.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? People around me were trusting design firms and companies a lot. And there are quite a few in metropolitan cities in our country who had clients, even though they were getting underpaid, who still had consistent list of clients.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to do the same. I mean, how hard is it to put up a company? You need to
Okay.
register it with the government. You need to get your taxes ready. But the challenge was that in freelancing, the amount of responsibilities you have apart from your skills
Mm-hmm.
is practically none. You need to have good communication skills along with your designing skills if you're a designer. But I think that is it. You need to have basic knowledge of how email works, how to talk to people, how to do basic marketing of yourself. But if you have a big firm, you need to take care of your employees. You need to see how your shares work. You need to partner up with the absolute correct person. You need
Yes.
to file taxes.
Yes.
You need
So
to
a fuck ton of responsibilities. We can just
absolutely.
yes. But
But then I
are these
realized
things not there in freelancing as well?
on some level it is there, but let's say okay. So if you know the government rules regarding income in this country, if you're a freelancer, the amount of tax or let's say the threshold before you reach a taxable income is much higher
Mm-hmm.
compared to a startup or a firm. So let's say if you're a freelancer and you're earning 70,000 per month, you're probably not even taxable.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm a firm
Mm-hmm.
and I reach an annual income of let's say more than 2 or 5 lakhs, it's taxable at different percentages.
Okay.
It's let's not talk about tax fraud here, but it's much easier to do that if you're a freelancer.
People who are listening, please don't do tax fraud.
Yeah, please don't, please don't. Our
Yes.
economy is like as trash as it is, so let's please
Yes.
let's
Absolutely.
not harm it anymore.
So you thought
So
in 2018 you were tired of clients, so you moved on from freelancing to a company to get clients to build up more trust in you.
see, talking on the phone, telling a person that yes, I'm a freelancer. What can I do for you? Saying I'm the CEO of TechCS. What can I do for you? Carries more heft.
Okay. See, get it.
Especially in Indians where the mentality is such that, like we had said, bigger entities have a lot to lose, so they end up trusting quickly.
Hmm.
That goes a long, long way in business as well.
Absolutely. So right now it's COVID. It's the second wave, right? So how
Yes.
has that affected your firm?
So when COVID newly started, we all thought it would be over in a couple of months. So business was running as usual.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's a very fickle situation over here because a lot of companies who are on a conventional path, let's say IT companies or science laboratories or basic FMGC stores and companies, these companies have been affected a lot by this second wave of COVID. So they have started to toned down their marketing needs.
Mm-hmm.
But owing to this opportunity, a lot of startups have also merged up. So although the, you could say, gross earning has come down because clients of large caliber have started pulling out from the marketing game. New startups that are starting to come up aiming towards the IT sector and online businesses, they are looking for people like us because supporting small businesses has become a trend in India right now, fortunately, in 2021. And they are looking for people like us. So even though the earning per entity isn't that much for us,
Mm-hmm.
the number of entities have increased. Every other person has started selling shirts, mugs,
See, people,
earrings,
he is
jewelry.
laughing. He is laughing because I too am a small business owner. I have a
Absolutely.
company called T Scales, and we sell everything architecture because I'm an architect. Who, well, I would not like to call myself an architect because I do that extremely less. So I'm more of a graphic designer, business person. But yes, not a freestanding business. I'd like to call it again a small business owner. Everything architecture, I am selling it, and this is a great segue to a sponsor of our show, which is my own company, because I don't have sponsors yet, and this is the first episode. So please, if anybody wants to sponsor,
TechCS would be happy to sponsor you, bro.
I will not get money from you. So yes, continue. We
So
just
all in all, what I was
mm,
saying is, even though the big players are pulling out, there are a lot of small players that are emerging right now.
mhm.
And yeah, even though they bring in less mullah,
Yeah, Mola.
they show promising results. And
Mhm.
I don't mind that because even though money was a priority, the amount of money was never a focus on
It's
my.
also about the satisfaction that you get
Absolutely. See,
working.
I
It's the
started. I
yeah.
started out TechCS within 15 minutes of thinking it up. I made a
Mhm.
website and I put it up just to see if a skill as ridiculous as searching on the web and keeping updated with
Hmm.
tech
Can be
could be
monetized.
monetized.
Absolutely.
And that just proves that anything you do, if it's put out in the right way, it can be
Mhm.
monetized. You can get money from it, no matter how little it is. If it's little, do it in a way that more and more people come to you. If it's a very expensive skill that you have, just make sure you have a consistent list of clients. Even though the number is less, they keep coming to you again and again. So it's all about the ratio of people to amount of money you're getting. And I was totally, see, I'm still a student,
Mhm.
and I do not require to be a millionaire by now. All I need to do is explore and hone and get better at my skills, which are already monetized. So the amount of money that comes in never really did matter anyway.
Well, okay. So let's wrap it up. It's been what, more than half an hour that we've been continuously talking about our passions and shit. So let's end it, and I'll have you over in the second. Well, not in the second part of this interesting conversation, maybe. Yes. Any three advices that you would like to give people who are starting up into freelance as a graphic designing entity?
Let's see. Okay.
Three advices.
First of all,
Go.
yeah, three advice. Dude, has so many. Has so
Well, that
many.
is why we will have more episodes with Saurav in him. So you can have the rest of the many advices. But for right now, just three.
Okay, the first advice, do not stop experimenting with whatever skill set you are trying to freelance on. Second, even if you get rejected a ton of times, do not stop what you're doing. Do not take negative criticism to your heart. Freelancing is all about getting criticized
Mhm.
and not getting clients in time. So just keep grinding.
Yeah.
I would say the third one would be do not look for money. Do not look for money, especially if you're freelancing and especially if you're young, because the criteria for freelancing changes when you're older. But if you're young and smart, just look for growing your skills. Make people happy. They'll make you happy in return.
Well, now that you have the three advices, I would like to end this right here. It was amazing having you here, Saurav. I think we can set up another date for your tech consultancy talks.
Absolutely. I cannot
And
wait to be
then,
back.
yes, so what I will do, I will pretend that we are not going to talk anymore and then continue to talk with you after this podcast is over. Like, people won't understand. But yes, so, chalo, Saurav, it was nice talking to you. And
Likewise.
and we will see you in another episode.
Peace out.
Peace out.